Good morning, class youth. Now, today we are going to continue the annual portion of our syllabus. And now, today we are going to start Civics, Chapter 5 The Judiciary. The judiciary is that organ of the government which is responsible for setting disputes through the essential feature of through interpretation of laws. The existence of judiciary is an essential feature of a democracy. Without judiciary, we can't imagine about the democracy. The judicial system of any country is composed of courts, judges, and justice. Need and importance of judiciary. The judiciary plays the following roles: settlement of disputes. The judiciary have the right settles dispute between individuals. It means that there should be there if there is the dispute between two persons, the judiciary settle them. Between citizens and the government, between state and union government, between various states. So, like each and every kind of disputes has been settled by the judiciary. Thereafter, interpretation of the constitution. The judiciary strike of any laws passed by the Parliament of India. If it is against the provision of the constitution, this is called judicial review. Protection of fundamental rights. The judiciary protects the citizens' right. Whatever the fundamental rights provided by the Constitution of India, its protection is completely in the hands of our judiciary. Establish the rule of law. The judiciary ensures that the supremacy of the law is upheld. Advisory jurisdiction. The judiciary advises the president and the council of ministers on matters of constitutional importance or issues of public importance. The president can seek the advice of the Supreme Court, but this is not a regulation. The structure of judiciary. The Indian judiciary is independent, integrated, and unified. A citizen of India can appeal to a higher court if he or she is not satisfied with the judgment of the lower courts. The Supreme Court is the apex or the highest court, which is located in New Delhi. High courts are placed under the Supreme Court. Most of district courts along with subordinate courts are placed at the base of the pyramid. Every state has district courts which are presided over by district judge. The Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the highest authority of law in our country. It is located in New Delhi. Its composition is: the Supreme Court of India consists of a Chief Justice and some other judges, the number of which may be fixed by the Parliament from time to time. At present, the total number of judges besides the Chief Justice cannot be more than 30. Qualifications. A judge of the Supreme Court must be a citizen of India. The following qualifications must be needed to be the judge of a Supreme Court. The first one is that he must be the citizen of India. Second, he must have legal training and background. Third, he must be a judge of the High Court or of two or more such courts in succession for at least 5 years. And the last one is that an advocate of a high court or of two or more such courts in succession for at least 10 years. Appointments and the Collegium. Judges of the Supreme Court used to be appointed by the President of India. Means the President of India has the only authority to appoint the judges of the Supreme Court who acted on the advice of the Union Cabinet. But the President is not completely free to appoint anyone to be the judge of the Supreme Court. It must be compulsory to seek advice from the Prime Minister and his cabinet. The subsequent to the ruling in the different cases, the President has to appoint judges who have been chosen by the Supreme Court's Collegium. A closed collegium means a closed group comprising the Chief Justice of India and the four senior most associate judges of the court. Pay and allowance. The monthly salary of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is rupees 1 lakh, while other judges receive 90,000 per month. Terms of the office. The Chief Justice and other judges of the Supreme Court are appointed to work till they attain the age of 65. Although they are appointed by the President, their service cannot be terminated by him. They can resign from their post of their own accord whenever they like. Death can be another cause of the end of their service before the age of retirement. Powers and functions of the Supreme Court. The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court, that is the areas within which court can extend its authority, is of three types: original, appellate and advisory jurisdiction. The first one is original jurisdiction. It means the authority to hear certain cases for the first time. The Supreme Court has original jurisdiction over disputes between the Government of India and one or more states, between two or more states, between Government of India and some states on one side and one or more states on the other side. Appellate jurisdiction. Appellate jurisdiction means which cases can be appealed in the Supreme Court. So, there are three types of cases. The first one is an appeal can be made against the decision of the High Court. Second, in civil cases decided by the High Court, an appeal can be made to the Supreme Court. And third, in criminal cases also an appeal can be made to the Supreme Court when a person has been acquitted by a lower court but given capital punishment by the High Court. The Supreme Court can review any decision or judgment given by itself. Advisory jurisdiction. The Supreme Court also has an advisory function. The President can consult the Supreme Court on certain matters. If the President thinks that an important legal question has come up or will not come up, he can take the advice of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court will keep its opinion, which is not binding on the President. Judicial review. The Supreme Court can cancel any law passed by the legislature if it believes that they are violated the basic structure of the Constitution. It is called judicial review. The guardian of the fundamental rights. Every Indian citizen can go to the Supreme Court if they believe that their fundamental rights have been violated by any person or group of persons or the state itself. In that case, the citizens have the right to go to the Supreme Court for the protection of their fundamental rights, because Supreme Court is considered as the guardian of constitution and the fundamental rights of the citizens of India. Court of record. The Supreme Court is also the court of record. All the decisions made by the Supreme Court or all the proceedings of the Supreme Court are kept as record. They can be used for reference either by the High Court or the advocates. The decision made by the Supreme Court are binding on all other courts in India. Thank you. In next part, tomorrow I will give you high courts, subordinate courts, and public interest litigation. Thereafter, Lok Adalat. Thank you.